The WNBA Rookie of the Year race was pretty much neck and neck for the majority of the season, but now the league has officially crowned its queen. Caitlin Clark is your 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year. My girl averaged 19.2 points a game, 5.7 rebounds, and led the league with 8.4 assists per game, and that made her the first rookie to ever lead the W in that category. And I mentioned the Rookie of the Year race being tight throughout the season, but she ended up with 66 votes from a national panel of 67 sports writers and broadcasters.
Caitlin Clark just missed out on making WNBA history. You won't believe why. One single vote kept her from becoming the first guard ever to win Rookie of the Year unanimously. Who cast that vote, and why did they choose Angel Reese instead? The story behind this decision is blowing up the internet right now. Let's talk about Clark's season. It was insane. She broke records left and right. She led the league in assists and three-pointers. And get this, she got her team to the playoffs for the first time in years. That's crazy for a rookie, right? But here's where things get wild. Angel Reese got that one vote, just one, and now everyone's losing their minds. Why does this matter so much? Who's behind this vote? You know what's crazier? We're going to find out. This isn't just about an award, it's about to change the whole WNBA game.
Caitlin Clark wins the Rookie of the Year. There was one vote for Angel Reese, everybody else for Caitlin Clark. This is what's happening, is the voters are now putting out on social media, hey, it wasn't me. It is your, that's your prerogative. You can. I mean, I've voted and had people criticize my votes, but I had no problem telling people. I mean, I was proud to be a voter in the NBA. Somebody thinks Angel Reese was the Rookie of the Year, fine. Maybe it's a writer who covered her team in Chicago. Okay. It's not the end of the world.
That single vote might have cost Clark a unanimous win, but it can't take away what she did on the court. Imagine a rookie coming in and immediately becoming one of the best players in the entire league. That's exactly what Clark did, and the numbers are mind-blowing. Let's break it down. Clark averaged 19.2 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 8.4 assists per game. That's not just good, it's elite. She led the league in assists and three-pointers made. Think about that for a second. A rookie leading the entire WNBA in two major categories? That's unheard of. But Clark wasn't done making history. She became the first rookie ever to record a triple-double in the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark's incredible season has come to a storybook ending as she won the Rookie of the Year award.
You are the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of
Caitlin Clark's rookie season, it was a show. Her 769 points set a new rookie record, passing Hall of Famer Simone Augustus from her debut campaign.
Picture this, 19 points, 12 rebounds, and 13 assists against the New York Liberty. That's the kind of performance you expect from a seasoned vet, not someone fresh out of college. And let's talk about her three-point shooting. Clark didn't just break the rookie record for threes, she shattered it. She knocked down 122 of them, more than any first-year player ever. But here's the kicker. She's also the fastest player in WNBA history to hit 100 threes.
Caitlin Clark's going to go, can you believe I didn't go unanimous? Now, I thought we would have unanimous MVP and unanimous Rookie of the Year. But it feels like all these voters are like, wasn't me. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Yes, Paulie. You got that with Asia Wilson, but Caitlin Clark all but won, and I don't think it's going to ruin her summer. I don't.
Not just rookies, any player, period. Now, you might be thinking, okay, she put up great numbers, but did it actually help her team? The answer is a resounding yes. Clark led the Indiana Fever to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. That's right. She took a team that had been struggling for years and turned them into contenders in her very first season. But here's where it gets really crazy. Clark's season wasn't just impressive for a rookie. It was one of the best seasons by any player in recent WNBA history. We're talking about a first-year player coming in and immediately playing at an all-star level. That's the kind of impact that changes franchises.
Caitlin Clark showed up, and this is proof that her life is 10 times as hard as, to get the same credit.
People were actually watching her play basketball, so that added stress of the much bigger audience certainly came into play. I don't want to say scrutiny, but coverage is another way of lowering the bar. And I'm going to say this again. This is a Kim Fuchsia's mantra. The standards they set for you is what they really think of you.
And it's not just about the numbers. Clark's style of play is electric. She's got the vision of a point guard, the shooting touch of a two guard, and the rebounding instincts of a forward. She's the kind of player that makes everyone around her better, and fans can't take their eyes off her when she's on the court. Speaking of fans, let's talk about the impact Clark had off the court. WNBA ratings went up, attendance increased. People who had never watched a women's basketball game before were suddenly tuning in just to see what Clark would do next. That's the kind of star power that can elevate an entire league. So yeah, that one vote might have cost Clark a unanimous Rookie of the Year award. But when you look at everything she accomplished this season, it's clear that she's already established herself as one of the best players in the WNBA, rookie or not. Clark's domination seems undeniable, right? Well, not to everyone. One voter thought differently.
If you're the person who voted for Angel Reese, clearly I would think that you're aware of what the reaction may be. Would you put your name out there?
Sure.
I don't think they have yet. I'm checking.
Sure. They don't give you guidelines here and say, hey, check off, check this box, that box. If you really feel like Angel Reese was the Rookie of the Year, then just own it. And if they don't, they might just say, look, I voted and, this is who I thought should be Rookie of the Year. I don't agree with it. I thought she would be unanimous. I mean, it's not even close.
And it's causing a storm in the WNBA world. Who dared to go against the grain and why? Enter Angel Reese, the player who snagged that lone vote away from Clark. You might be thinking, who's Angel Reese and what did she do to deserve this vote? Well, let me tell you. Reese had a pretty impressive season herself. She averaged 13.6 points per game, which is solid for a rookie. But here's where it gets really interesting. Reese led the entire league in rebounds. That's right, a rookie out-rebounded every single veteran in the WNBA. That's no small feat. But here's the thing. While Reese was putting up these impressive individual numbers, her team, the Chicago Sky, was struggling. They finished the season with a 13-27 record and missed the playoffs.
Caitlin Clark got all but one Rookie of the Year vote. She will not have the distinction of being a unanimous Rookie of the Year. Is it a big, I would tend to think Caitlin Clark doesn't care, but she probably does care a little bit. And a lot of people are celebrating that. They're excited. They stay strong, whoever it was that, kept it real and blah, blah, and denied her that distinction.
So you've got this rookie who's dominating on the boards, but her team can't seem to win games. It's a weird situation, right? Now let's talk about this mysterious vote. The WNBA Rookie of the Year is decided by 67 sports writers and broadcasters. That's a lot of people, and 66 of them voted for Clark. But one person looked at Reese's season and thought, yep, that's my Rookie of the Year. And now everyone's trying to figure out who this person is. You know what's crazy? This single vote has sparked a massive debate online. Fans are going wild, calling for the voter to be identified. Some are even saying this person should be banned from voting in the future. It's like a basketball mystery novel, and everyone's trying to play detective. But here's something to think about. Reese didn't just have a good season, she broke records too. She set a new rookie record for double-doubles. That means she had double-digit points and rebounds in more games than any rookie before her.
Because I said the most important person in the league is Caitlin Clark, and should be a top 5, if not, should have been a top 3 MVP candidate. There's nobody more valuable. Now, A'ja Wilson was a more dominating player and deserved to be the MVP and unanimous. So don't get it tangled. But I'm talking about value. And value, we can all have a different opinion on that. Her value on the floor, in the arena, in the league, all of that.
So while her team might not have been winning, Reese was consistently putting up impressive numbers. This whole situation is causing a media firestorm. You've got journalists and broadcasters rushing to social media to say, hey, it wasn't me, I voted for Clark. Nobody wants to be associated with that lone Reese vote. It's like a game of hot potato, but with a WNBA ballot. So now we've got this weird situation where Clark had one of the best rookie seasons ever, but she missed out on making history because of a single vote. And on the flip side, you've got Reese, who was putting up numbers that would usually get way more attention, but her team's poor performance overshadowed her individual success. It's not just about an award anymore. This has turned into a debate about what we value in basketball. Is it all about winning?
In 2000, I believe, when Shaq won his only MVP, and I think it was Fred Hickman was the only guy that did not vote him. I think he voted for Allen Iverson, and that became a really kind of a story heading into the NBA playoffs. Yeah, I think that particular person there's no doubt, voted with an agenda and not one that was very honest.
Individual stats, impact on the game, everyone's got an opinion and they're not afraid to share it. You might be thinking, it's just one vote, right? Wrong. This tiny detail could change the WNBA forever. We're not just talking about an award anymore. This is about the future of the entire league. Let's break it down. That single vote for Angel Reese didn't just cost Caitlin Clark a unanimous win. It sparked a firestorm. Fans are going wild, demanding to know who cast that vote. And you know what? They might have a point. Think about it. The WNBA uses 67 sports writers and broadcasters to vote on these awards. That's a lot of people with a lot of different opinions. But here's the thing. We don't know who voted for who. It's all behind closed doors. And now people are saying that's not good enough. Imagine if we knew who cast that vote for Reese. Would it change how we see the award?
The WNBA was nothing before Caitlin Clark, and she has made it into something. I know how great she is because of Caitlin Clark. The Arike Amagawali, and I'm sorry if I messed up the name, the girl in Dallas. That girl's a baller. These guys are all working off of platforms that were already built long before they got there, and they have not elevated that platform.
Would it make us question other votes in the past? This isn't just about transparency, it's about trust in the whole system. And it's not just fans who are talking. Media folks are rushing to social media to clear their names. Nobody wants to be associated with that lone Reese vote. It's like a game of hot potato, but with a WNBA ballot. But here's where it gets really interesting. This controversy could actually change how the WNBA handles these awards in the future. Some people are calling for the voting to be made public. Others want to change who gets to vote. It's like this one little vote opened up a whole can of worms. And what about Clark and Reese? This isn't just about an award for them anymore. It's about their legacies. Clark had this historic season, breaking records left and right. But now, instead of just celebrating her achievements, we're all caught up in this voting drama. And Reese? She's caught in the middle of a storm she didn't even start. You know what's crazy? This could actually be good for the WNBA. Yeah, you heard me right. All this attention, all these debates, it's got people talking about women's basketball. And not just the usual fans. We're seeing people who've never watched a WNBA game suddenly having opinions on rookie awards. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows.
If Caitlin Clark somehow wins the WNBA championship this year, she will have put together the greatest rookie season in the history of professional sport. Include Caitlin Clark in the conversation, as I like to do, but we're also going to bring the NFL, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Caitlin Clark, Deion Sanders, all in the same boat with historical perspective and knowledge. And more than anything, I'm gonna blast the media.
This controversy is making some people question the integrity of the whole voting process. If one vote can cause this much drama, what about other awards? What about MVP votes? All-star selections? It's opening up a whole new debate about how we recognize talent in sport. And let's not forget about the pressure this puts on future voters. Imagine being one of those 67 people next year. You know, every vote you cast could be scrutinized. Every decision could start a Twitter war. That's a lot of pressure for what used to be a pretty straightforward job. This moment could be a turning point for how the WNBA handles its awards and communicates with fans. We might see more transparency in the voting process. Maybe they'll change who gets to vote, or maybe they'll stick to their guns and keep things the way they are. But one thing's for sure, this isn't just about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese anymore. It's about the future of the WNBA.
They've made Caitlin Clark more interesting. They've made Caitlin Clark the biggest star in American sports. They got this conversation wrong. The ladies, the active players in the WNBA, they haven't screwed up anything. Their little petty jealousy and sniping at Caitlin Clark is why 2 million people are tuning in to watch Caitlin Clark play basketball and to watch a bunch of other women blow layups every night.
It's about how we value players, how we recognize talent, and how we engage with fans. This one little vote, it might just change everything. All right, let's wrap this up. Caitlin Clark's rookie season, absolutely insane. She broke records, led the league in assists and threes, and got her team to the playoffs. But that one vote for Angel Reese, it changed everything. This isn't just about an award anymore. It sparked a huge debate about how we recognize talent in sports. Should votes be public? Do we need to change who gets to vote? Everyone's got an opinion, and they're not afraid to share it. Clark's still Rookie of the Year, no doubt. But this whole situation's got people talking about women's basketball like never before. It's crazy how one little vote can cause so much drama, right? So what do you think? Should we know who voted for who, or is a little mystery good for the game? This debate's just getting started, and it could change the WNBA forever.